Hi, I'm Sarah Evans-Mayo, and I am playing Carole King in the musical Beautiful. So we're still a few weeks out. The choreography is coming together, the blocking is coming together. I'm trying to get all the words stuffed into my brain, so they'll be there when it's showtime, but it's gonna be an awesome show. So the story follows Carole King. The very first scene, she's sitting at Carnegie Hall and singing and playing for the audience, which is obviously probably a pinnacle for most artists. But directly after that, you go back to the beginning of her career when she's 16 years old, and she's begging her mom to let her go sell songs in New York City, downtown, Broadway, Times Square. She's very excited. She meets a boy, of course, and they become writing partners and a couple and start working together. And soon after, they meet Barry and Cynthia, who are a soon-to-be writing and romantic couple as well, lyricist and composer. They become friends / competitors. One of her best attributes is that she was persistent. She started early in the 50s when girls weren't really supposed to be composers, and she stayed consistent for a decade or two, and then all of a sudden started singing her own songs, and that's when her popularity grew. But she'd been trucking it for decades and is still working in show business, which I think is pretty awesome.
What's up, Explore Peoria? My name's Brian Haas. I am playing Jerry Goffin in Peoria Players' production of Beautiful, the Carole King musical. Interesting character. You know, he's got a lot going on inside him emotionally. He came from a very rough home life. So what he did was he turned to music and he turned to writing. And so he started out as a playwright, and then he turned into a lyricist, where he met Carole King at Queens College, which was then Carol Klein. And they just started writing together, and before we know it, they were churning out hits that were like, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, Some Kind of Wonderful, Natural Woman. The list goes on, and not a lot of people knew that it was them writing because the songs were done by the Drifters, they were done by the Shirelles, they were done by Aretha Franklin, and all these incredible recording artists. But they were kind of the magic behind that. You follow Jerry throughout the show, and you really see his internal struggle with himself and like with what he wants in life and how he can get gratification out of life. And Carole is there the entire way and is a rock to him and is just so supportive and so wonderful. And so having a leading lady like Sarah Mayo, who has just been so wonderful, so giving on stage as another actor, it makes my life very easy. So the beautiful thing about Beautiful is it's not just, it is the story of Carole King, but you're also going to be able to see performances for all the artists that they wrote for. So you're going to see the Drifters, you're going to see the Shirelles, you're going to see Janelle Woods. You really get to experience their life through the songs they wrote. So you see it's essentially seeing how the sausage gets made. You see them writing these songs in the studio together and really hammering out these tunes that have become so famous and so lovable. And then all of a sudden, bam, you're like in a live performance on stage with the Drifters, with the Shirelles, with Janelle Woods, and you feel like you're in the audience for a show. And it's a pretty special piece that they've put together here. So Beautiful is directed by Brian Blanks. Brian Blanks is such a staple in the Peoria community theater area. So special working on the show with him because he is a way to work with the actors and work with the company and the designers to build a show that is so unique and not traditional. We opened September 8th, so we're a couple weeks out. Super excited, and right now the set's coming together. We've got a great set team with Julie Wasson designing it, John Goodell building it. We've got amazing costumers, Jill Moritz and Dara Hannon. We've got a great props team, Julie Duran and Julie Campbell. Wayne Carey is doing the lights. And the cool thing about what you're seeing right now is it's really the creation of this show, and it fits so well into what this story's all about. It's the creation of all these hit records that they wrote.
One cool thing about the songs is that you see her crafting them at the piano, taking notes, trying things out. She talks about adding a different intro to one song, seeing if it works. It's really, as a musician, it's fun to watch her uncover her songs, as well as working with her co-writers and how to make a song work, especially for the era that they're in. Because what works in the 60s wasn't going to work in the 70s, and how they had to change and evolve with the times too. So this is the first show that I actually get to play on stage. I've music directed backstage or played piano in the pit, and there's not a ton of roles where a singer gets to play piano on stage live. Please come see the show. It's going to be phenomenal. Whether you know Carole King's music or not, there's something to enjoy for everybody. You're going to love it. Come see it.
Thanks for watching the ExplorePeoria.com Entertainment Report. Please share this video on your Facebook timeline. Make sure to check out the ExplorePeoria.com events calendar, a comprehensive listing of events in the Peoria area. Plus, make sure to sign up for our free weekly e-newsletter.
Anything you need to know, and the only site you need to go, ExplorePeoria.com.